evening, all. Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. Quote Mandela. As educators, our responsibility is a huge one. We are living in a world that is ever changing. Our education system has been on a roller coaster, as the present system of education gives great importance to the constructivist theory, which states that children learn much more by doing. We are seeing a great shift towards a project approach. This approach represents best practice in the 21st century education because it brings a number of benefits to the classroom. The purpose of this presentation is to enlighten educators on the project approach. First, we'll look at what is a project approach. What is the project approach? The benefits derived from this approach. Then we'll look at how it is done. Examples will be shown to make understanding easier. We'll then list ways to show how we evaluate the success of a project. We'll then use pictures to show how a project center is set up. Then I will make concluding statements. The project approach came about from wanting to motivate students to participate in and to contribute to a democratic society. Studies have shown that democratic societies are more likely to succeed because citizens get an understanding of complex issues they must take part in to make choices and decisions. So what is the project approach? The project approach refers to a set of teaching strategies that enable teachers to guide students through in-depth studies of real-world topics. Projects have a complex but flexible framework within which teaching and learning are seen as interactive processes. When teachers implement the approach successfully, students feel highly motivated and actively involved in their own learning, leading them to produce high-quality work and to grow as individuals and collaborators. The project approach is built on the constructivist theory, and it rests on the belief that all children want to learn. All children come to school to understand their experiences. The time spent in school should be considered as real life rather than seeing them as separate and unrelated. And 3, students construct their own knowledge but also need teachers to be the facilitator and guide in this process. And finally, teaching and learning are an interactive process. So what are the benefits of the project approach? Let's look at the benefits. 1, students become more engaged in learning when they have the opportunity to investigate complex, challenging problems that closely resemble real life. 2, it encourages higher level thinking. And 3, increase attendance, encourage independence, and improve attitudes towards learning. So, how do we get started with the project approach? First, always give consideration to the curriculum when choosing a topic. Alright? So, look at the theme the school is doing. For example, if the school is working on celebration, most children might want to do birthday celebration. Alright? So, then you work with the topic the students are most interested in. Alright, that will keep them focused and engaged. Next, when choosing the topic, the children might choose the topic, which is very important. The children choose the topic. If the children don't choose the topic, sometimes A topic is choose based on the current or future events. Sometimes let's see what happening. Sometimes festival is happening now, so you might do a project on festival or television programs. Sometimes the children they look at television program, they are very interested in doing animals as a project. All right. Or sometimes the teacher could give a topic. That's okay. All right. So after we do that, our next step is concept webbing. All right. After selecting the topic, we have to have careful planning. All right, is needed through brainstorming. That's where we think about ideas. Lots of ideas to come with that birthday celebration. What we could teach. All right. We have to get topics for math. We have to get activities of mathematics, activities of language, activities of science, activities of art. All right, so we need all those activities. So we start brainstorming, children brainstorming too. All right, teacher brainstorming. All right, what they want to find out, what they already know. All right, so yes, because the concept web is the web. The web is a long-term plan for organizing integrated activities around a specific topic. All right, so let's look at an example of a web. So this is an example of a concept web. All right, so as you can see, the topic is in the middle there, birthday celebration. And then from the birthday celebration, these are the areas we're gonna look at. Mathematics. Under mathematics, we're gonna look at counting candles, counting presents, sorting cakes by shape, matching numbers to candle, sorting sweets. Under language, we're gonna look at labeling birthday cakes with initial letter or the full name of the child. Birthday story, we're gonna look at making my friend's birthday cake, making birthday invitations, rhyme, all right, naming ice cream and so forth. Under art, we're gonna look at making birthday cakes and hats, making candles to place on empty cakes, coloring birthday cakes. Under science, we're going to look at baking a cake, blowing balloons, using food coloring to make colored cake. So this is the web, all right? This is what we're working with. We're working with birthday celebration, and these are the areas we're going to look at for our project. After we do our concept web, then we go on to do our planning grid. All right. The planning grid is a bit more specific, all right? It tells you about the purpose of the project, all right? What is the purpose of that project you're doing? To learn more about birthday celebration, right? It tells you about the characteristics of the students, what the students know, all right? But what they don't know, all right? So then we learn about concepts. What are the concepts that will coming out from the activities we're doing? Then we have the objective as a result of doing this project. All right, so all the objectives. Then we have activities for children. All the activities that we're gonna have the children engage in that project over the 2 or the 3 weeks. Then we have expected learning outcomes, what we expect them to learn. All right, we have evaluation of students, what they learn, what they get out of it, what you think they will get out of it. All right, the attitude, the skills, so forth. Then we have all the materials we're gonna need for that project. All right, so as birthday, we're gonna need clay, we're gonna need craft sticks, we're gonna need magnetic numbers, we're gonna need paper, lots of materials we're gonna need. All right. um Making a planning grid might seem so difficult, but in the end it will make your work easier. All right, because you will understand what you're doing, where you are going, all right, and the materials you will need to do your project. All right, so it will be very easy for you at the end of the day. Now let's look at an example of a project center. All right, this is a project center for the same birthday celebration. All right, how is it designed? It has a cubby with 6 shelves to hold materials. There is a table set up with chairs to hold up to 6 children. The children can sit and work with chosen materials at the table. There are balloons and other decorations hanging in that area. Each area where materials are stored is labeled. All right, so the place is well labeled. Let's look at what is there. All right, so at the project center, remember it's birthday celebration we're dealing with. So there you will find balloons and other birthday decorations hanging in that area. Lots of party materials, napkins, bowl, glass, birthday hats, plate, name it. What should I say in birthday party? And then we have craft materials, paper, glue, scissors, model clay, glitter, and lots more. There is even an oven for pretend baking and clothes for pretend play. Alright? So that's what's there. Let's see what is expected of students when they go there. So when students go to that project center, alright, we expect students to work on the birthday celebration theme, and we expect them to choose the materials what they want to work with. Alright, the choice, they have their interest, they go and they choose whatever they want to work with. We expect them to take care of the materials. We expect them to return materials to its place when finished with them. So when we do all that, as teachers, we want to know if doing all that was successful or not. All right, we want to know that. So according to Kerry Tollett, 1995, as cited in Unit A, he suggests that a project is successful if the children were interested, enthusiastic, motivated, and enjoyed it. And two, if the quality of work produced is high. 3, if the children bring items of interest from home. All right, they bring little items to add to the project center. They bring it on their own. And 4, if the children talk informally about it, you'll hear them talking to their friends when they're outside about the project center, what they're doing. You might hear their parents coming and say, well, are they doing that? Because look at so and so talking about that. All right, so you know it's successful when you hear them talking informally. The children can remember the work long after the topic has finished. You finish with that topic so long and you still hear they talking about it, you know it was a successful project. Alright? So that's what we aim at, ensuring that our project are successful. Alright? So in conclusion, the project approach brings about integrated learning, where multiple subjects are taught from one topic. This approach is student-centered, where children choose topic for project and actively participate in promoting the success of the project. So, as practitioners, our job is to facilitate and guide and to ensure that children get to use concrete materials in hands-on activities, and to also create a stimulating environment that will help the children develop holistically. Thank you.